Holy buckets, this is it. This is the video you want to pay attention to if you want to win an entire master set of Terastal Festival. Everything that you can pull from a booster pack, a booster box, I've got right here in this binder right here. This is a massive binder. So we're going to give this away. This is the Fan Clan Master Set for Terastal Festival, and we're going to give this away to one lucky subscriber. So if you want to win this master set, this thing is so ridiculous. If you want to win this master set of Terastal Festival, here's what you have to do. Scroll down, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. That's step number 1. Step number 2 and 3 are really just simple. Just leave a like on this video and then leave a comment down below. Really any comment you want, like, hey Fanny, you smell funny, hey Fanny, you're nuts, whatever you want to put. The comment picker just needs to be able to do its thing. So hit that subscribe button and then leave a like and a comment on this video. Boom, you are entered. We are going to announce the winner Friday, January 17th. So that's 3 weeks from today. And the reason we're doing January 17th is because, you guess, that's the release of Prismatic Evolutions. So I'm really nervous about that master set because this one was crazy. So if you want to win, subscribe, like, comment, boom, you're entered. That's all you got to do. Unfortunately, this is not everything. We're going to go through everything very closely. This is pretty much every single reverse holo that you could possibly pull. So every Master Ball, every Monster Ball, they're all in here. And just about every other card as well, except for a bunch of SARs. I am missing a bunch of SARs. They are on order, still coming in. We do have all the Evolution SARs. We'll look at the Master Set in just a minute here, but this thing is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. I've never done a Japanese Master Set before. This was my first attempt, and I wanted to do it just to get a kind of a feel for what it would be like to complete. Since Prismatic Evolutions is coming up, I was like, okay, well, we're going to master Prismatic Evolutions, and we're going to give away a Master Set for that. We've given away a Master Set for every single English release for like the last year and a half, and we're going to continue to do that, even though Prismatic Evolutions is nuts. But I wanted to kind of get my bearings, be like, okay, well, what's this going to cost? What's it going to look like? How much opening am I going to have to do? And for Terastal Festival, I backed off a lot, right? Like, I didn't open up a whole lot at all. In all honesty, like, I only opened up 7 booster boxes total, and then the rest of it I ended up purchasing. I don't know how much Prismatic Evolutions I'm going to open. We will open some, so that way we can stock the storefront with singles. You can check out thecardcoliseum.com for all your English Pokemon needs, CorrosioShop.com for all your Japanese Pokemon needs. Those links are in the description down below. But I'm very nervous. We're going to flip you guys around just to give you some highlights of the set real quick before we go over the Master Set, at least what I have done so far. I think I am still missing like 30 cards so far. So in the set, there is 187 cards for Terastal Festival. We don't have all of the information for Prismatic Evolutions yet. We have a decent chunk of it, and we will assume that the majority of the cards in Terastal Festival will also be in Prismatic Evolutions, with the exception of, like, obviously, we're not going to have one of those special art rare EVs, because that's going to be included in like our premium collection box or something like that. A lot of times, since English Pokemon has so many extra products, so many extra like ancillary products, they'll put some of the cards that are releasing in the set in Japan as a promo in some of those boxes. So one of those EV SARs is going to be in one of our collection boxes down the road. That's the great thing about Prismatic Evolutions, which we'll talk more about on Sunday. There's a lot of releases over the span of like 9 months. So plenty of opportunity to buy Prismatic Evolutions. Even if you're not getting any for the first wave because it's been so difficult, there will be more opportunity. So 187 cards. There are a lot of secret rares in this set. And the great thing about Terastal Festival is that it is a high class set. If you don't know what that means, that basically means every single booster box is going to have an SAR in it. Every single booster pack is going to have an ultra rare in it. So you get to open up a booster pack of Terastal Festival. It is guaranteed to have an ultra rare. If you open one up and it doesn't have an ultra rare in it, something fishy is going on. Every single pack is going to have an ultra rare, and every single booster box is going to have at least one SAR. So 187 cards before secret rares. Unfortunately, that does not translate well to the master set. That is why we have to use such a big binder, because there are so many different variants that you can pull from this set. So there's 482 total cards for the master set. That is a lot of cards. That is a lot of cards. Because every single Pokemon card, every single regular Pokemon has a Monster Ball variant, which is kind of just a reverse holo card with like a Pokeball etch in the middle. And then it also has a Master card variant as well. Master Ball variant, I should say, as a reverse holo as well. So all of those Pokemon have two different different reverse holo patterns that you can pull, and you only get a few per box. So you only get, like, you're not guaranteed to get any Master Balls per box. So it's very, very difficult. The only ones that don't have the Master Ball reverses are the trainer cards. So those trainer cards do have a normal Monster Ball reverse holo, but they do not have a Master Ball variant. Thank goodness. But 482 total cards to master. That'll take you all the way to the end of the binder, all the way up to the last gold card, which I believe is Terapagos, is the last one of the set. In total, in order to master this set, we opened up 7 booster boxes. Now, I got extremely lucky, and people, normally I do not get this lucky. I opened up 5 on a video. So at one point in time, testing the mapability of the set, which we'll talk about in a minute, I opened up 5. I did not pull the Umbreon. I did not pull the Master Ball Umbreon. I pulled a couple of okay cards, but nothing crazy. So those 5, and then I opened 2 more that were dented and messed up. One of them had the Moonbreon in it, and one of them had the Master Ball Umbreon in it. So back-to-back boxes, I opened up the Moonbreon and the Master Ball Umbreon. I got extremely lucky. Those are the 2 most expensive cards in the set by far. The Master Ball Umbreon being the most expensive, and then the Moonbreon, I think, is the second most expensive. They've been like going back and forth, so that might have changed. All the remaining Master Balls and Evolution SARs I purchased from one seller that I found on Facebook. Now, you have to be very, very careful with who you work with. It is very difficult. You want to make sure that you're sourcing somebody from a legitimate source, and I probably overpaid a little bit because I wanted the majority of the cards to come from one person, because that way you don't have to, you eliminate opportunity for mistakes. If you're using a lot of different buyers and they ship things, stuff happens, especially during this time of year. There's a lot of issues right now with UPS, USPS, FedEx, like deliveries getting lost, deliveries getting delayed, and I wanted the majority of this to come from one person. So I probably did overpay a little bit. I ended up spending $2,200 on all of the Evolution SARs except for Umbreon, because I had already pulled that one, and all the Master Balls and Monster Balls except for the Umbreon Master Ball, because I already pulled that one as well. So every single reverse holo in the set, every single Master Ball except Umbreon, and all the Evolution SARs except for Umbreon, I purchased from one seller. It was about $2,200. Then the missing SARs, the ones that I'm missing, and the Umbreon Monster Ball, because I didn't pull that one, and I'm also missing a couple regular art EXs because I only opened up 7 boxes. So the Espeon EX and the Vaporeon EX, I ended up purchasing all those from TCG Player. Now, I've never purchased any Japanese cards on TCG Player before, so I'm a little interested to see how the condition comes in. Condition for this set has been really, really good, and we'll touch on that in a second. But it's not too many cards. It's a lot. Like, it's about 30 cards, about 17, 18 different sellers that they're coming from, and hopefully they'll all come. I'm confident that they will all be here within the next 3 weeks, so I can properly give this bad boy away, but it might take a week, especially with the holidays. But I purchased the remaining ones for $326. The most expensive one that I had to purchase individually on TCG Player was the Pikachu gold card. That one cost about $48, and then the Roaring Moon was the second most expensive one at $22. I think the Umbreon Monster Ball was like $20. So not too bad as far as pricing goes. Overall, in total, you're looking at about $3,000 to complete the entire master set if you're working on purchasing things. But I really wanted to kind of address this, because this is what I think a lot of people should do, is open up a little bit for fun. And this is why we always do the Danny Phantom bundle when a set releases, where we do 3 booster boxes basically for $100 a piece, and then we'll do the ETB for like $30. So it's like a nice bundle deal for $330. That gives you like the itch, that satisfies the itch of having fun opening the cards, gives you the booklet and the ETB, so that way you can see the set list and properly build your master set. But you don't want to go too crazy opening, because you spend a lot of money opening up packs, and rarely will you ever get the value out of that pack as what you put into it. So it's very important to make sure that you budget properly, buy a little bit to open, and then buy the rest in singles. I'm not saying you should buy them all at once. That's nuts. Like, don't do this. This is a bad idea. But over time, as obviously cards go up and down in price, you want to try and find them at their cheapest price point and to add to your master set. Condition far better than English. It is way different opening up Japanese Pokemon cards than it is English Pokemon cards. You don't really worry about edging or centering nearly as much as you do in the English set. The quality control is way better over there. However, it is annoying with the mapability, and I don't think mapability really is as big of a deal as what people have made it out to be, because unfortunately you really should be careful buying loose packs anyways, because a lot of loose packs can be weighted and have been weighted. Obviously, they supposedly fixed that problem in English when the Sun and Moon base set originally came out. They changed varying weights of the code cards, so that way you wouldn't be able to weigh the packs anymore. It's different in Japan, especially with God packs, because those are going to weigh a whole lot more. But the problem with mapability is it's a problem. It's a little bit interesting. And if you don't know what that is, basically you can map out in a booster box where your SAR is going to be based off of where the ace spec is in the box. So if you open up a box and you have an ace spec in your first pack, that means that the SAR is going to be in your last pack. So it is very possible that if there's a big storefront over in Japan, or a big buyer over in Japan who has a lot of booster boxes, they could open up a bunch of them, and any time they find a pack of an ace spec in their first pack of the booster box, they could just grab the last pack, open that up, and then they would be able to sell the remaining 8 loose, because chances are there's probably not an SAR. Now there could be another SAR in there, there could be a full art trainer of some sort, but more than likely there's not going to be, in which case it's just not worth it for them to open, and then they could sell the loose packs knowing that there's not going to be anything really good in those. So you got to be very careful with where you're buying from. Obviously buying sealed boxes is going to be your best bet. However, it is a little bit frustrating right now with Terastal Festival as far as the buy prices are going. Great to get multiple SAR per box. God packs are awesome. I really wish they would do God packs in English sets, especially with a set like this. This is the perfect opportunity for them to do it based off of the amount of cards that it takes to master a set. You can let me know in the comment section down below if you think Pokemon should do something with God packs in the English set. It's been something in Japan for a long time, but we've never really gotten anything in English like it, except the closest that we had was in Scarlet and Violet 151, where you could get the trio, one of the 3 trios in a singular booster pack. So you could pull the Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur, you could pull the Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard, or you could pull the Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise all in the same pack, which was pretty cool. That was like a demigod pack. People got really excited about that, but they've never done anything else like that. So it would be really cool to do that. Masterball pull rates are too difficult. This set is really difficult to do as far as a master set goes. Even just buying things individually, as you can see, it's very expensive. $3,000 invested in just a master set to give away is nuts. I highly recommend being very careful buying stuff over time. There's going to be a lot more Terastal Festival that hits the market. You're just going to have to be patient. That's going to drive prices down. We saw that with Pokemon 151. Obviously, over time, prices started dipping as more and more product got reprinted and more product got opened, and there was more and more product, more and more supply that hit the secondary market. It's still going to be expensive no matter what, but I am very concerned about Prismatic Evolutions because there's an additional reverse holo in there, which is going to make things even more difficult, and the fact that you don't have a guaranteed master ball per box is very frustrating. Looks like it's about 1 out of every 2 to 3 booster boxes is going to get you a master ball. You might get lucky and pull 2 in one box, but you also might go 4, 5, 6 boxes without pulling any. So it is very difficult to pull master balls. You will get 3 reverse holos, but more than likely they could be 3 monster balls, which is just the normal reverse holo variant, and the master ball very frustrating. So it is a little bit too difficult. I wish they would have just done 1 out of every 10 packs. I don't know why they didn't. Obviously, I don't work for Pokemon, so I don't get to make that decision. Here's the market pricing right now on Terastal Festival. There was a small reprint that changed the pricing on Terastal Festival, about 200 to 300 yen, which is very much nothing. Didn't do a whole lot. It was a decent size, but the demand for Terastal Festival right now is just insane. It's already bleeding over into Battle Partners, which is the next release in Japan. Doesn't come out until, I think, January 24th, which is the week after we get Prismatic Evolutions. Then we're already looking at Journey Together. It's just going to be a nutso 2025. So you got to be really careful, especially with your wallet. You got to be really careful when you're buying booster boxes and things like that. Obviously, there's a weird blip on here where the price of Terastal Festival dropped down to $40. The reason behind that is because somebody loaded up on TCG Player like thousands of booster boxes at $40 a piece, which ended up just kind of being a scam. So TCG Player had to step in. They had to manually refund all of those orders. It kind of got really messy, but people were buying them, which shifted the market price down to $40. And now obviously it's rebounded back to $79.23. But booster boxes around $80 right now. You can find them for a little bit cheaper. You probably can find them for more expensive as well. The needle will move. It will come down lower, but there will have to be more reprints later on down the road, which there will be. There will be large reprints, and as people start focusing on other sets, the demand for this set will start shifting a little bit. But as of right now, demand is just still so high for Terastal Festival, not just in the US, but over in Japan, in other countries as well. And that's that's keeping the price point fairly high. Now, it's a lot better than where it was. Booster boxes were selling for closer to $90 a couple weeks ago, so this reprint has helped a little bit, but not a ton. Not as much as I think a lot of people would have liked. Maybe in January there'll be another big reprint. I do expect another reprint down the road of Pokemon 151. That reprint basically did nothing. It's just tough. It all depends on demand, and the way distribution works over there is so messed up. It's so different. Distribution just only really supplies 7-Elevens and convenience stores and things like that, and then a lot of the shops like myself that would be located in Japan, so storefronts that are in Japan, whether it be Tokyo or Osaka, they have to actually post buy prices for the public to come sell them booster boxes. So that's really how they get their booster boxes. They can't order from Pokemon, they can't order from distribution, they have to buy already off the secondary market. So a lot of people will go over, they'll line up, they'll buy boxes at the Pokemon Center or at convenience stores, and then they will take those booster boxes and sell them to the storefronts to then satisfy the needs of other countries or other customers outside of the country, or even customers within their shop that might not have access to it because it's sold out at the Pokemon Center. So it's a very frustrating method over there, but it's just the way the market works over there, unfortunately. So Terastal Festival has been absolutely nuts. We're going to flip you guys around so you can look at the actual Terastal Festival Master Set as far as what I have so far. So let's take a look at that. So this is it right here. I'm sorry if the quality doesn't look great. I tried doing it on my phone in like the cinematic view to make it look a little bit better, and it's like there's some spots of glare, and it's a little bit difficult to see the Master Balls, but you can see the way everything kind of lines up in there. There's the Leafeon EX up there. You've got the Grookey, three in a row of pretty much every single Pokemon card, which is kind of cool. There's Thwackey, and the way I did things, I went the regular card, regular common, uncommon, then the Masterball Reverse Holo, and then the Masterball Reverse Holo. So I tried to go a little bit slow so you can kind of get a feel for how everything looks, but 3 of basically every single card in there. It's a lot to kind of deal with. As we move into the fire over here, you can see Sinistra EX and Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. There's the Flareon EX right there, and then down below you have the Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon EX, Gouging Fire EX. There's a decent amount of ultra rares in this set. There kind of has to be. There's our first missing card right there, just a regular Vaporeon EX. In the 5 boxes that I opened, or 7 boxes that I opened, didn't pull a Vaporeon EX regular art. I pulled duplicates of others, but unfortunately not that. The artwork on these cards, very, very cool. The Master Ball is a little bit difficult to read with the Monster Ball, so you kind of have to tilt the card a little bit into the glare to determine whether or not it is a Master Ball or a Monster Ball Reverse Holo, but you can definitely see the difference when you do that. Palafin EX over there, you can see the Walking Wake and the Wellspring Mask. There's the Jolteon EX right down there. Iron Hands EX. The Evolution Reverse Holos are all very much in demand, even in Japan. So those are a little bit more expensive to get your hands on, a little bit more difficult to collect all of those, especially once you get up to like the Umbreon, then it starts getting a little bit expensive. So there's the Espeons right there. Unfortunately, I'm missing the Espeon EX as well. A lot of reprinted cards that are coming into this set. So Dusknoir, for example, that Sylveon artwork is absolutely slapping. It's very, very good. Sylveon EX, despite the fact that we just had a Sylveon EX in Surging Sparks. But yeah, Dusknoir getting reprinted is going to be very important to the meta, very interesting to the meta. And there's a lot of trainer cards that are getting reprinted as well. That Iron Crown EX, I love the way that it looks. It looks super, super cool, super crisp, super clean. There's Gibble, there's Gabite, then you've got the Drillburs down there, and then we're moving into the Howlucha, it looks like, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Great Tusk, there's a Sandy Shocks EX over there, Tinglu was on the bottom, and here's another card that we're missing up over here. So there's Umbreon, the normal, and the Umbreon Master Ball, but we are missing the Umbreon Monster Ball. Like I said, it was about $20 on TCG Player. I didn't look a whole lot. I'm sure you can find cheaper pricing out there in other places, but I really wanted to get this Master Set done so that way I could give it away to one of you guys. A lot of Shrouded Fable reprints. Pretty much every single one of the cards in Shrouded Fable is getting reprinted in this set, including Night Stretcher, and then including all the Ultras as well. So that's going to mess up with the market price for like Fezandipity, assuming that they all come over to our English release. So we've got Varoom and Revavroom over there. Then we've got Goldango or Goldengo, however you want to call it. I love the way Goldengo looks. I like the SAR a lot too. Unfortunately, I don't have it in this Master Set as of yet. Dragapult EX. There's your Raging Bolt EX, Eevee packs, only one regular. So there are multiple variants of the special art rare. There's 2 different variants of that, but only one of the regular art, which makes it a little bit easier. You've got Blood Moon Ursa Luna over there, and then we move into the trainers over here. So you've got Terapagos. They're really big reprints. So Superior Energy Retrieval. There's Earthen Vessel over there, Buddy Poffin, Prime Catcher, Terra Orb, Scoop Up Cyclone. I am missing one of the ace specs as well. I don't even remember what the name of it was, but there's one that I'm missing that I need to, or that I ordered as well. Maximum Belt over there. You already saw Prime Catcher. You saw Buddy Poffin. Lots of reprinted trainers, and then a lot of obviously a lot of like the focus on the characters. So like Professor Sada's over there, Kieran's over there, obviously Briar is in the set, Carmine is over there, Friends in Paldea, you've got Lacey, you've got Professor Turo, Morty's Conviction, Bianca, lots of really cool trainers in the set as well, and that's going to lead us really well into that Journey Together set, which is featuring a lot of trainers that's coming out in March with Lily's Clefairy, Enz, Reshiram, all those great cards. And here's all the ones that we're missing over here, so I just kind of labeled them. Brassius is over there. There's 2 different Atticus. Time, Friends in Paldea, we're missing that one, but a lot of special art rares, but the cheaper ones, which is really important. So here's the special art rare Leafeon. We've got the Flareon there, the Cerulege. I did end up pulling one of the booster boxes that I opened, so that a little bit more expensive one. The Vaporeon SAR, the Glaceon SAR, the Palafin I'm missing, that one was like $15-16, so not too bad. The Jolteon SAR, we've got the Espeon SAR, which is really cool. There's the Sylveon SAR right there. I did pull multiple copies of the Iron Valiant. Unfortunately, I only opened up 7 boxes, and 2 of them were the Iron Valiant. There's the Umbreon SAR over there, and then the Petrarunt right there. I did pull that one as well. But we're missing Golden Gold, Dragapult. We do have the Raging Bolt, which is pretty good because that one was a little bit exciting. Like I said before, the Roaring Moon was also fairly expensive, but I did have to buy that one. And then we're missing a lot of the SAR trainers as well, as you can see. And then the gold cards. We only have the Walking Wake, Teal Mask, Ogerpon, but we're missing the Pikachu and the Terapagos. So, but that is the Master Set. So as you can see, there's a lot of work to do yet. We still have about 30 cards, but we've got 3 weeks here. All the cards are on order, so even if something doesn't show up or there's something that goes on with shipping, we will be able to get it replaced. It's all in this binder right here. This binder is luckily a very big binder, but it's 4x4, so 16 cards per page. But it's got just about everything in it. The important thing is all the Master Balls are in it. That is one thing that is definitely complete. And the majority of the Monster Balls, except for one, just the Umbreon. So that one's on its way. Other than that, we've got most of it in here, and we will finish it up, and then we will give it away to one lucky subscriber. So if you want to win this, all you have to do is just hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, and leave a comment on this video. Boom, you are entered. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year. This will lead us into Prismatic Evolutions, and then we will give away a master set of Prismatic Evolutions. It's going to be a nuts month. Like, the next month is going to be absolutely crazy. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. It's because of you that I can do something like this, and I just want to give back to you because you guys have given me so much. So thank you for everything. I love you guys. We'll be back on Sunday with another video. Until next time, peace!